So to remove the cover, it basically just pulls forward. Once you've got the door card off, it comes off easily. The main reason you get the door card, you can get off without taking the door card off, but you can't get the electrical connector off. Three little plastic grommets just push in. That's where the door card hooks into, which you'll see if you watch the door card video. The electrical connector on mine was quite stiff just to get it to break, so I just pushed the little lever in with the plastic thing, and then a little screwdriver in the side, little twist, and then you can just pop it out by hand. The wing mirror itself, it was quite stiff. They're 10mm nuts, so 10mm socket, and just crack those off, and then obviously undo them all the way. Make sure to do one, leave one till the end. Make sure you're supporting the wing mirror, or you are going to drop it. And then it just pulls straight out. And then we'll put that on the bench and have a look at it. If anyone wants it, I can do a video where I strip the whole thing down, but it's not that easy to strip down because you've got the wiring system. This is obviously with a window mirrors that are electrically adjustable and will fold in and out automatically. This is also the heated wing mirror unit as well, so changing the actual glass is quite awkward because you need to get a heated unit to change it for. But the way the glass comes out, you want to take the actual mirror out, you've got to push the top. So that's the top of the wing mirror. Push the top up, and then you've got to get into underneath a nice wide screwdriver, very careful, and then inside there, if I get a torch, inside there is very difficult to see. There's just a couple of little lips, a little groove just here, just about there, and then a little groove further across about there. Okay, but obviously you're getting close to the glass there, so you've got to be careful. I'm going to just find those little grooves, just put the end of the screwdriver in, and then twist the screwdriver so you pop it up. There you go. I think because I've had this off recently, it came off a bit easier. It is a bit awkward. You sometimes have to do the one side and then do the other, and then that lifts in that direction. You might need to just push this down a bit to get it to go all the way around. It lifts all the way around, and then there's little clips at the back just there. Put some more light on the subject. Little clips at the back, and they just lift off. You can do a little screwdriver if you want to. Just lift them out, or you should be able to actually just pop it out. Just pop it vertically, like that. So those are the sort of clips, the sort of hinges, if you like. And then these are the clips lower down. I'll show you that a bit better now. And that's where I put the screwdriver, just into that little gap there, and just wiggle it. Then into that little gap there, and then just wiggle it to pop the bottom of the mirror up. So this is the heated one. So I've got the heating wires on, which are all wired in to the system. So it's not actually that easy to change. You've got to get all the wiring out. And you can see on this side it goes through quite a small hole, so it's a bit of a pain to do. Future me here, I say it's a pain to do. It's what I mean, it's a pain to change the whole unit, take the internal gubbins out. Changing the glass itself isn't too hard. The heated unit goes on with spade connectors, so you can just take the spade connector off, put them back on, or you can cut them and solder them if you need to. You can get the heated glass out of that plastic frame. That's not particularly easy, so if you're going to replace it, try and get a unit where you get all the plastic backing as well. Putting these back in is basically the same, but backwards. Level the unit a bit. Don't worry about ratcheting it down while the motor's on. It doesn't actually do much harm. And then make sure your wires are out in the right position. Then you clip that top one in. You want to make sure they clip in nicely. So clip those in. Yeah. And then you can lower that down. Make sure the wires are out of the way. Over to the side. Don't want to trap the wires under that area. And then these clips at the side, there, and those will all clip onto the relative bars. If you found it quite awkward to get off, and you're worried about it, you can always take just a very small amount of PTFE and just put a little tiny bit of PTFE on those. That'll make it clip on a little bit easier. And then the PTFE will dry out and not cause you a problem. But you just fold that down. Once it's clipped on the back, you fold it down, and then you've got to push it quite firm. You can ratchet the whole thing down and push it, or you can just hold the whole thing and click, and you'll hear it click in place. And just thumb either side so you're bracing it, and press it down, and that's back on. Then it can go back on the vehicle. And put it back onto obviously the reverse removal. Make sure you don't drop it, and just make sure you crank those bolts up tight. You don't want it working its way loose or falling off. Electrical connection back in, check it works, and then pop that back on.